In Mark chapter 12, we read, "And one of the scribes came up and heard them disputing with one another. And seeing that he answered them well, he asked Jesus, which commandment is the most important of all?" Verse 29, Jesus answers, "The most important is this. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. And you shall love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your mind, and with all of your strength. And the second is this. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. There's no other commandment greater than these." Now, when we read these verses, there's a couple things that stick out to me. First of all, Jesus was asked what the greatest singular commandment was. And his answer, the most important thing, singular, is 2 commandments. He gives out 2 commandments. There's no other commandment, singular, greater than these, plural. And I look at that and I'm a little bit like, Jesus, are you okay? Then I recognize Jesus is God's son, so he's probably okay. I should look a little bit deeper into the words. And what he's saying is this: you can love people without loving God, but you cannot love God without loving people. And so today, when we're in this world that we live in, I want to ask you a few questions while everyone is at home in quarantine. How do you love your neighbor? How are you loving them well? And I want to challenge you today to actually put this into practice. Love your neighbor well. Now, there's a few ways we can do this. We as a church have been using a website called blesseveryhome.com, where we get the names of our neighbors so that we can pray for them. And I want to encourage you to be praying for your neighbor. Other things I want to encourage you to do: serve your neighbor, write them a card, give them a phone call, run an errand for them, get supplies for them if they are needy or more at risk for things during this time. But regardless of this, I want to just challenge you today, will you keep in mind the command of Jesus, love God, and do this in a way. One of the ways we do this is by loving our neighbors. Love well today.